Welcome back to Explorcation in the beautiful Marco Island. In our last episode, we took you on 2 days of adventure in Naples and North Naples, and today we're heading just a little further south. So it's time to check out of our Airbnb and get this third day started.
We are reluctantly checking out of our Naples Airbnb, but we still have a day of exploring ahead of us in Marco Island. But before we do that, we're gonna stop by a highly rated coffee shop right here in East Naples.
Our morning caffeine fix took us to 3248 Bayshore Drive, where you'll find the cute and quaint coffee shop Bean to Cup. And while we did love this coffee shop's beachy interior, we soon discovered that the bright waterfront back patio was even more of our vibe. We enjoyed soaking up some early morning sun on the scenic patio while we awaited our coffee and breakfast.
We have got a toffee nut latte for you and a toasted marshmallow latte for me. And for breakfast, we have a blueberry lemon poppy seed bread for you and a vegan coconut pineapple bread for me. After 2 really fun but exhausting days exploring Naples, I can really use this coffee now.
While the lattes sure did give us the pick-me-up we needed, it was the vegan breads which surprised us the most.
And this is vegan coconut pineapple. Never even heard of this kind of bread before. I like that. That's good.
That's
Good?
really good. Yeah.
As we were enjoying the beautiful 75-degree weather from the gorgeous back patio, we soon found we had an unexpected visitor.
I think it wants our bread.
After a great start to the day relaxing with the chicken duck, it was time to head to Marco Island. And after around 20 minutes on the road, we were crossing over the East Marco Bay to the beautiful island. While we did have many things planned for this Monday on Marco, on a beautiful South Florida day like this one, we just had to start at the beach.
Our first stop on Marco Island is probably the most popular beach here, which is Tiger Tail. And this is our first time visiting, so let's go check it out.
The entrance to the beach at Tiger Tail Park was surprisingly not too busy. The park appeared to still be in recovery following Hurricane Ian, and while this concession stand was closed up, a couple vending machines were available. We noticed that this park was really well maintained and had a nice boardwalk path leading towards the beach.
So we are here, and there are 2 ways to get out to this beach area: the long and dry way all around, or the short but wet way through the lagoon. Now, we were told at low tide it's about knee deep, and we're about an hour away from low tide, so I think we're gonna try to wade through the water on the way there and then walk all the way around on the way back. I see people in the water already.
The boardwalk path soon gave way to a handicap-accessible beach mat, which led to an observation tower overlooking the lagoon that we'd be wading through just a few minutes later.
So we have been watching some other people wade through the water, and it does look like it is a little bit deeper than knee deep, and it's only gonna get deeper because the tide is rising, so we better get going.
Have you ever visited Tiger Tail Beach? If so, did you take the long but dry way or the shorter but sketchier route through the lagoon? Let us know in the comments.
Well, I guess we're gonna do this. I don't know about this.
It's not bad. It's definitely cold, but not so bad because it is less than knee deep so far.
While the water temperature was just 70 degrees and definitely on the chilly side, our main concern was getting our electronics wet as we had forgotten to pack our dry bag.
This is the slowest walk to a beach ever. It's not getting deep at all yet. Like, it's only half deep right here. So the sand is a little slick.
It's slimy.
Yeah, so the concern definitely is slipping and falling.
Okay, it's starting to get deeper.
Yeah, it's about to my knees now. It looks like it is to your knees. Yep, now it's to my knees. Alright, I think this is the deepest it's gonna get right here.
I'm on my tiptoes.
Yeah, I am too.
Alright, it's getting more shallow again.
Great. You made it.
Well, I didn't really like it. I'm glad we did it. I would recommend coming at absolute low tide. This is a really cool path to the beach. It absolutely is like that path to the beach on Calabria.
But unlike the beaches of Calabria, the waters here were far from the beautiful blues of the Caribbean.
So our first impression here on the north end of Tiger Tail Beach is that it has a really cool secluded beach feel, and it's also full of shells. It actually reminds us a lot of Shell Key up closer to where we live in St. Pete. You may have also noticed that the waves are pretty big and the water is pretty brown, and that's because there's a strong cold front blowing in today, and it's actually supposed to get all the way down into the low 50s, which is quite cool for here.
I like that color.
I think the coolest part of Tiger Tail Beach so far has to be these beach paths.
Now that we've seen the north end of Tiger Tail, we're gonna walk south towards all those buildings where we're guessing it's probably gonna be a little busier.
If you're enjoying this video so far and don't want to miss our future videos exploring many more Florida beach towns, be sure to subscribe and turn the notifications on.
As we expected, there were a lot more people on the beach once we got up close to these condos, but crowding definitely is not an issue because this might be the widest beach we have ever been to. I don't think this beach could ever get crowded.
Now the sand here is really white, similar to St. Pete Beach and Siesta Key, but as you can see, it is also really shelly, so it's not quite as soft.
While we would have loved to spend more time on this gorgeous beach, it was about time for lunch, and we still had a long, windy walk to the car before we could get there.
This is like the longest beach walk ever.
Are you ready for more food?
Yes. It's like we've been walking forever in the sand and we still have further to go. But at least it's pretty.
So we finally made it back to the Park Beach access, and we totally understand now why so many people cut through that lagoon to get to Tiger Tail Beach, because the other route involves a long walk just to get to the beach, and then another long walk after that to get to the water.
Now that we're about back at the parking lot, we're gonna go grab some food.
So typically I plan out most of our days, but Jamie planned out the majority of this day, including lunch. So Jamie, where are we going for lunch?
I haven't decided yet.
I hope you're not planning on making us eat dessert for lunch again.
I do have a dessert spot picked out, but I haven't decided on lunch yet. I was not expecting to ride an escalator to get to our lunch spot.
Our lunch spot took us to the JW Marriott, a 4-star beachfront resort where rooms often run over $500 per night, and needless to say, the inside looked really nice. But as impressive as the interior of this resort may have been, it was the beautiful grounds that had us truly in awe. And while we won't be draining our bank account to stay here anytime soon, we have to say it's one of the most beautiful properties we've seen in Florida. Thankfully, you don't have to be staying at the JW Marriott to dine at its beachfront tiki bar and grill. We were delighted to be seated right on the beach, and I think it's safe to say that Skylar was happy with my choice for lunch. And while we expected a lunch in this setting to be quite pricey, we were pleased to find some options which wouldn't break the bank. The service here was fantastic, and our 3 small bites came out quickly. Our choices included the crispy pork belly, the lemongrass chicken dumplings, and the Maui fries, which came topped with even more pork belly. Each of the items were very good, and we'd happily recommend all 3. But without a doubt, what we enjoyed most about Quaint Tiki Bar was the atmosphere.
So we picked Quaint Tiki Bar because we wanted a lighter lunch. We found that they had some good small plate options, and also we could eat with our feet in the sand. We learned that this Marriott property has 3 different beachfront restaurants, one being Quinn's on the Beach, which typically has a fire dancer performance every day at sunset. As you can see, the wind here just continues to pick up, so it's not likely that that performance is gonna happen tonight, and we're not gonna be able to show it to you in this episode. But we wanted to mention it because we thought it would be a really cool experience if you're in Marco Island.
Our next stop took us further down Collier Boulevard to the South Marco Beach access. Although we didn't have to trek nearly as far to get to this beach as we did to get to Tiger Tail, it was still around a 5-minute walk from our parking spot across the street. As the sun would soon be setting, our time on the South Beach would have to be short, but we did find this beach to offer handicap accessibility, beautiful white sand, and a beachfront bar and grill. Our next stop on the island would take us around 4 miles to the north, where at 1021 Anglers Cove, you'll find the Dolphin Tiki Bar and Grill.
Now this was another recommendation from one of our viewers, so we're really excited to check it out.
We made it to the bar with 50 minutes of happy hour still to go, and we found plenty of great options on the menu for our first drinks. Despite the place being packed, our orders were taken quickly, and in just a few short minutes, our drinks were ready, which included an Arnold Palmer for me and a jalapeno pineapple margarita for Skylar.
Oh, I can smell that.
You smell the jalapeno?
I can smell the jalapeno.
The margarita was great, and Skylar had no problem finishing it in time to order one more happy hour cocktail.
What'd you get? That looks very pretty.
I just wasn't expecting it to be so pink.
What is it?
I asked the bartender what the best frozen drink was, and she said it was the Freaky Tiki, which is that pink drink right there.
So this is the Freaky Tiki.
Yeah.
Freaky Tiki with some extra rum.
When it's 30% off, you might as well get the extra shot of rum, right?
Yep. All right. You ready to try it?
Yep. Yeah, it is pretty good.
What flavors are in the Freaky Tiki?
I don't know.
But it's fruity?
It's fruity, yeah, it's good. It'll be better when I stir that rum in, though. What flavor do you think it is?
To me, it kind of tastes like cotton candy.
I'm pretty sure that's not the flavor it's supposed to be.
Bubblegum, maybe? It's sweet and tasty.
Yeah, it is good.
But yeah, I'm not really sure.
Tastes like rum, that's the main thing, right? Rum and some kind of fruits. So after spending a lot of money in and around Naples the last couple days, it was really nice to visit the Dolphin Tiki Bar for their happy hour, where from 4 to 6 you can get any of their drinks for 30% off. We didn't show up until around 5 o'clock, and by that time it was already really busy, so our recommendation for you is that if you do want a seat, show up early.
As we had expected, the Dolphin Bar did not disappoint, and we had a wonderful time sipping our drinks right on the water. But it was the next spot that I was the most excited for, and that took us just a few blocks south to Sweet Annie's Ice Cream.
You can tell this place is good because look at that line.
Once inside Sweet Annie's, we found that they not only offer ice cream, but also a wide variety of candies, toys, and sodas. But I was here for the ice cream only, and there sure was a lot to choose from.
Black raspberry ice cream with fudge in it and also pecans. So I definitely understand why there was such a long line, because this ice cream is amazing. Now I know that I always love the ice cream that we try here on our channel, but I'm serious when I say I found my new favorite ice cream. So this is the perfect way to end the day on Marco Island.
But did you know that this was just one of 3 days we spent exploring the Naples and Marco Island area? If you've not yet seen those other 2 days of adventure, then go ahead and click here right now. Thanks for watching!